Hey guys, I just woke up and I was like, I gotta do this review. Just want to do a follow-up on the DJI Osmo Pocket. Just from my experience riding with it on the mountain, snowboarding with it in the snow, in the cold weather. So yeah, my video is just gonna be just a few pros and cons. So hopefully you find this really helpful. Okay, let's get started. I have a stuffy nose, by the way. I'm sick. I'm still sick. I've been sick for the last few weeks. Some of the pros that I really love about the Pocket. Number one, I really love the size. It's really easy to put in my pocket. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I don't even notice that it's there. It was really convenient in my coat pocket while snowboarding. It didn't feel pokey or uncomfortable at all. I can honestly just put this in my purse or backpack and just whip it out and go. Number two, I really love how fast it starts and shoot. Sometimes you get moments where you want to capture something really quick and it takes a little while to set up your device. For the Osmo Pocket, it's really simple where you just tap a button and then tap record, and it's really easy to start. It really does record in seconds. The third thing I really love about the Osmo is how quick it is to charge. It's incredible how fast this device charges. My experience riding on the mountain, I wasn't planning to ride the next day, but we got some snow, so I decided to charge up my Osmo. It took me 30 minutes to get ready, and when I came back, it was 100% charge. So really fast to charge, really convenient to have around. The fourth thing is the battery life. It's really impressive because I was on the mountain from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like, for how cold it was up in the mountains, it was about 14 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Taking it out and putting it back in and shooting time-lapse and just having it in the cold, the battery held up really well. Number five, the quality of the shots were pretty decent out of the box. I didn't have to do much color correction. You can do a little post-editing, depending on the look that you want, but I was really impressed with the quality of the shots just right from the box. The sixth thing I really like about the Pocket is the screen. It's really actually convenient for me. Even though you can't see very much of what you're shooting, you can still have a general idea of what you are shooting, if the subject is on screen or not. Okay, 1 second, I need to blow my nose. How's that for sound? Some of the things I don't like about the Osmo. Number one, autofocus. It had a hard time autofocusing from going selfie mode to the front view mode. For example, when I'm on selfie mode, sometimes it just only autofocused on my face when I wanted it to autofocus on Ryan's face and my face, or the whole entire screen. So I figured out what the problem was and how to fix it. I should have read the user manual, that is my bad. When it's on selfie mode, it automatically has face track on. It will have a green square around your face. Now, in order to take that off, you could either tap on the screen once or tap on the black button once, and it should remove the face tracking. The second thing is time-lapse. I don't know if that's a user error. The lowest settings that I found in the Osmo Pocket, a 3-interval time-lapse. So it only recorded the lowest at 3 seconds, and then it goes up to 20 seconds or 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Geez, 60 seconds. It goes up to 60 seconds, but it doesn't go lower than 3 seconds. Now, don't get me wrong, I need to test the time-lapse a little more because I was moving the whole time as the time-lapse was shooting. Maybe when you're not moving and you try to use the time-lapse, it would be better, which I will probably test in my next or later videos from now. Let's see, where am I? Third thing? The third thing I didn't like was the active tracking. Granted, DJI did not advertise this as an active sports cam. I totally get that it didn't do as well as I thought it would do trying to track someone skiing or snowboarding. It had a little hard time tracking really fast movements. If you're running or if you're jogging, I think it would track it a little better. However, on the mountain, it had a hard time face tracking or subject tracking. What I would recommend is, basically from my last video, double tap on the black button right there, that black button, and have it centered in front of you and then just, you know, pan really slowly from there, and then you should be able to get the object and the subject on screen. The fourth thing I don't like about this camera is not being able to set it down. Now, it's really hard to set the camera down when the lens are open like this. I always had to put it back in the case, so when I'm riding on the mountain, it was hard for me to even want to set it on the ground. Not that I should. I wish there was a more convenient way to set the camera quickly on the ground or quickly somewhere where I don't have to worry about damaging the lens. Maybe even have a little slot for a lanyard or something. The fifth thing I don't like about the Osmo Pocket, and it's a minor thing, is slow-mo. Technically, it's not recording in 120 frames per second. It is making adjustments to make it 4 times slower, which is 120 frames per second, if that makes sense. So your slow-mo file is actually 30 frames per second. Also, 120 frames per second really crops your footage in as well. You have to go to slow-mo in order to get 4 times the slow speed, which is 120 frames per second. Correct me if I'm wrong, don't get mad at me if I am wrong, but that's my impression of 120 frames per second. So the sixth thing I didn't like about the Osmo Pocket is how it jerks a little bit if you pan too fast. And I'm not sure how it is with other gimbals, but it may be the same. But basically, when you move too fast on the gimbal, it has a bit of a big jerk in your shot, and it kind of ruins your shot there. But it's really a minor con. Well, what do you think of my video? Just kidding. Honestly, if you're new to shooting, this device is pretty fun to have in your pocket. But if you're looking to shoot something quick and simple, easy filming, semi-professional, this might work, and it could work. If you're looking for something more advanced, this is not the device for you. Overall, the Osmo was really fun riding with it in my pocket while I was snowboarding. It was convenient, it was small, it was easy to take out and shoot quickly. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I think my next video I will be doing is low lighting with the Osmo Pocket and shooting at the park on the slopes. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Exciting news is I am going to Iceland in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited to use the Osmo Pocket in Iceland. If you have any suggestions as well for my Iceland trip, please let me know. I'm really excited to really play around with the Pocket while I'm out there. So thank you. Bye.